They got half or about the same, but with different things. Um, I've noticed some of the birds they eat the leftover mouse food. They don't mind a little bit of dog dry food with the little tellies and that, and some water. So I've been putting different foods out there and different things, and the birds are finding what they can eat. And I've been eating. Today it's been half a container of wheat. I managed to do that every day. Half a container of sunflower seeds. Usually they get a container each. So half that, have to halve it to stretch that, and then fill it up with little bits of the mouse food, pellets, um, as well as occasional budgie food. Done that the other week to fill in the gaps. And whatever you can find, little bits of bread, biscuits. I don't mind some salada kind of biscuits, stuff like that. More seedy ones, the better. The cockies, they like to chew on something big because they're big, so they take the food a lot. That's why they're looking around now. See, I'll put some Whippets on the chair. They like the chairs, and a little pile on each chair. And just had a little quick crunch. And occasionally they have a Whippet. It's not a big thing they like, but they can eat it. And the birds, they can peck at it, break it up. If they need help, I'll do that at the end. But they had some Whippets this morning, seed, and that all cleaned up. And that little sloppy mess that you see over there, sort of sloppy, is mixed in with a little bit of the sawdust. Food gets in there. But they clean it out. Dries up a bit. I wet it down because it's got big bits in it, so it breaks up. And I throw it out there and they cook it a little bit. When it dries up, then they go and sort of peck out their food. But it doesn't waste it. Instead of having big chunks, they sort of don't eat it with the big chunks. Well, they sit there for ages flicking it around. Hey guys, so now you have your food and you'll be happy. They've been sitting around today. Oh, I have this food, and then the ones that come to check out every now and then all come in the afternoon. So I work to the afternoon spots where I know they're all going to come anyway. And I put a little bit of food out with the locals when they're not around, just a little bit. I tried to do some wheat mix today, a little bit of bread, stuff like that. But we do what we can do. Yeah. Because I think before we started to put just to eat pasta and tomato sauce and things like that. Imagine living off that and just wheat bix. We can live off a couple of bucks a day too, or $1 a day. You can get things cheaper enough and bread for free and stuff like that. We can live off $1 a day, but you have basically nothing. You get used to just having Vegemite sandwiches all day, or peanut butter sandwiches all day, or some cereal of some sort that people don't like. A lot of teas, basic cordial or water if you're lucky. If you just have that, you can live off that for your dinners and what you're eating, which I've been for a couple of years off and on, right, before, and months at a time. Yeah, it's not fun, but you can do it. That's where most people end up budgeting in the end, which is the last thing you want to, when it comes down to getting stuff and needing to supply food, is to find out what you can do with minimal. See, there he goes. He grabbed the. He's like, it broke up. He talked about it. I'm dropping it. I didn't grab it. I'm not doing nothing. I'm gonna get some wheat. I'm gonna grab some more of these wheat. So I like that. I know that what they like now, right? And they like this wheatgrass. So I'm gonna get some of that going soon. I haven't planted some. Perhaps because got too many projects now. We're now fighting over there. There's only a couple of strands here, and they're mine. Hey, yeah. Now you gotta leave it alone. Now it's like, oh, now I feel like shit. Perhaps they should be mine. Second thoughts. Now that goes. See, animals just like us. All right. Yeah, he goes, come over here and just have a bit of cookie, bit of wetback. Hey, I see you. You got the wetback. Ah. Now, I was alright a little bit this week. Yesterday I was doing alright. And then today I woke up feeling even worse than yesterday. I'm like, oh, what is that? Hey? So I'm just having a chill day today. Alright. perhaps I do overwork. So one thing I realise when I have good moments, I flog it too much lately. Got all these things to do, and I want too much. You know, I've got to do this, finish this off, and I guess, and I wanted too much, and I've only got my own self to do it. How it goes. Well, what's that sound? Sounds like the guy over here. A big V8. See him take off. Whoa, whoa, whoa. See, like I said, this area where we live at, very noisy area. So if you ever wanted to have a quiet area, you wouldn't move here if you needed to be quiet a lot. But I understand some people just need quiet moments at certain times, and that's cool. But you better make sure people get along when they want that kind of stuff. And that's how people get kind of things like that. Well, how do you get respect? By earning it. How do you earn respect? There's actually 2 ways of getting it, love. Or 3 ways. Money, which is a job. Or force it. Just get the shit out of you. Get respect. Give it to me, asshole. Yeah. Papas. Oh, I'm gonna put I've got some lights that I've got for $2 something, or $3. That a stiff branchy thing. I'm gonna put it in the tree. Usually you can put them on walls, make a tree out of it, kind of shape, or a vine kind of thing. I'm just gonna put it out, the tree out of here. Think it'll be a good spot. Don't know if it likes to get wet. That's what I'm up and ahhing about. I should have it on a wall because it's, you know that like it's like a, I think it's more like a cardboard wrap. It makes it look. They make trees and they bend it, Christmas trees, and they wrap them. Similar thing to that. So perhaps I better not, better coat it and change it a bit if I was going to use it. You know what I mean? Otherwise, the weather will get to it and it'll look shitty. That's what I've been looking at a lot lately. But how long do they truly last out there? So we'll see what happens, eh? I could coat it with epoxy. Yeah, and then spray paint it. And I'll have to put it out the tree, but I'll have to do that first to it. It's like getting a pair of rollers. Remember rollers? They're black with little fork grips like that. Triangle underneath it. Like that. And they're flat. And you slip them on them. Back in my day in the 90s, they were sort of popular. And they were called rollers. And they were leather. There's the backwards leather where it's soft at the top, right? And you'd have to waterproof them otherwise. Sometimes they come waterproof, but you get cheaper versions of things, and you'd find they weren't waterproof, or they had shitty stain, and they'll wash and fade quickly. Cheap versions of these rollers, and sometimes you'd have to spray them with waterproof spray. To waterproof them, make them last longer. I did that little test because I had a few pair. The ones that you spray, they'll actually wear out like shoes and be waterproof. And if you don't, and you're around a lot of water, weeks. So you either get months, or a year or so, a year and a half. Some people can get the shoes, or weeks in a wet condition, walking around in the winter or something like that. So you're better off getting a spray. You paid about $40 back then, $30 for these shoes, so they're about 60, 70, 80 now. And then it would be worth the $10, $8 for these sprays, $12, $15 or something, to make them last longer, wouldn't it? And you can spray them a few times with these sprays. Just like a person, like my stepdad, that liked to have boots, and he'd get boot polish, and he had similar sprays as well to protect your boots. Do the same thing with leather. To make them last longer, helps them waterproof them better. Anyway, have a good one, everybody. I thought I'd tell you that. Did I get through? Now tomorrow they're going to have to wait until the afternoon. They're going to get no morning one, but then they'll be right, and I'll be back on track again until hopefully they'll get a good fortnight. Sometimes they do. It all depends on the numbers too, and what I managed to get. Hey guys, how nice people are around, because that's what birds are, isn't it? How much people are willing to afford, how much, and they take their benefit of it. But I try to keep it to at least a minimum for them. So now it's hang part. They're getting arches. Yeah. The good thing is, if I can't feed them, they don't hang around too long, and they usually take off, which is what I want. How about us? But you don't want to feed them too much where they get too big, where they will have to come along. But if you're in an area where it doesn't have much around, in this whole town around, right, because birds travel and get around easy, you'll find that they'll come here because there's no food around, and they'll have to be reliant. But if there's food around and you let them go every now and then, you'll find they'll leave. If there wasn't food around, you'll find they wouldn't ever leave. They'll stay, and you'll end up seeing them starve and die. Besides being, maybe used to you. But there's no food to go get because they do still have instincts with them. It takes a while to get instincts out of wild creatures, which they talk about when it comes to having wild foxes and wild wolves and stuff. About the genes and instincts. And so you'd have to do this for a long time before you start to see them relying on you. And when all that happens, well, you got to make steps, don't you? You can end up giving them something to eat, which stops sterilizes them and all that kind of. There's so many ways if you use your head, and definitely if you want to use love, to have still plenty and to keep things at balance when they get a bit out of control. Alright, I'm gonna leave it there. Have a good one. And see you later.